Hello, good day, and great that you are watching the second module of the program, How to Become the CEO of Your Life. And first of all, I want to say that I'm very moved and thrilled by all the things that you're sharing with me, either via email or via a personal message, and some have done it in through Facebook as well. So I'm really excited by that. Do know that the more you share, the more chances you have to win a prize, because every day there is at least one winner of the day, and at the grande finale, at the great party, there will be an amazing prize to win. So just keep joining me either directly here live on Facebook or through YouTube. And if you can't watch this live, which of course I can understand because live is busy, and you're watching in the replay, just leave me a comment either on Facebook or on YouTube saying replay, and let me know whether you have any queries, because I will be happy to answer those. So in this first module, we spoke about what is it that you really want, not taking into account any people that are in your surroundings, any people that might influence your thinking, like your spouse, your partner, your children, any family or relatives, or any colleagues or bosses. It's all about you. And I've seen some amazing things already coming in. Thank you for that. Now, today we're going to take it a step further, because the whole point is that if your life is quite chaotic and if a lot of things are happening in your life, it is quite difficult to keep focus on what it is that you really want, especially when people ask for your help, demand you to step in. Then continue to do what you were doing becomes quite difficult. So that's why I am asking you today to really get into detail how it will look like when you've achieved your goal, or better said, how it will look like when you are the CEO of your life. And you've set your goal, and I asked you to be quite specific because I want you to succeed. I want you for now to really get going and focus on only maybe a tiny part of everything that you want to address, but start there because it's crucial. And when you start there, then I want you to get a clear image. So if I'm currently here and if I'm moving to become the CEO of my life, what does my life look like then? What do I do? What won't I do anymore? How will I feel? Will I feel amazing? Will I feel relieved? Will I feel energetic? What's the words that come up with you? Describe that in length and in detail, because it's really important. And also, what kind of behavior will you display? The reason why you do this is there are multiple reasons for this. The first reason is because I want you to determine whether what you've written down first in the first module about what it is you want is truly what you want. And by writing it down in detail and really getting a clear image in your head, you can tell whether what you've written down, what it is you want to focus on, you can tell whether that's something that you came up with your mind, like you felt that you had to write it down, or whether it's something really deep down that you really are looking forward to achieving. And there's a difference. It's hard to tell, but as soon as you start painting that picture, it will become clear to you whether it is something you really want, or whether it's something you thought you needed to want. So that's the first thing. I want you to make sure that it is your true image that you want to create. Second is that by writing down those behaviors and those traits that you will expose once you're in that new position, it will help you to start focus and to start actually behave as if you're already there right now. So for example, in the first module, I spoke about how we all struggle to lose weight. Now, if you see yourself as already that lean and slender person, what are the things that you will definitely do? Well, most likely you will work out, perhaps on a daily basis or perhaps on a weekly basis. You will eat differently, you will drink loads of water. There are quite a few things that you most likely will do when you're that skinny, lean person. I'm not saying you need to do that at all. I'm just giving this example because I know this is what a lot of people have gone through, right? So if you have that whole list of traits and behaviors, then you actually can test whether this goal feels still obtainable for you. Some of my clients say, well, what I've written down was way, way, way too big. I don't feel like I'm gonna achieve that. Then you know that you have to downsize. And I can give a quite clear example of that. Let's say you're currently, as an entrepreneur, you're currently earning 100 euros a month. And you said, well, if I'm a CEO, I will earn 10,000 euros a month. Nice. But it might be way too big of a leap to go from 100 euros to 10,000 euros a month. So instead of going for the 10,000 euros, which I'm not saying you shouldn't, but maybe not, for this future goal setting purpose, maybe you should go to, well, break it down in little steps before you determine your intermittent goal. So for example, if your current income is 100 and you're aiming to go to 10,000, what are the steps in between? What do you feel is doable? So if you go from 100 to 150, you might say, yeah, sure, I can do that. And then 150 to 300, yeah, I can do that. And then going to 500, sure, not a problem. So what is it then that you want to aim for now? If it's not the 10,000, do you want to go for the 300, the 500? It doesn't really matter. But it needs to feel like something you could really achieve. It is something you could believe in. So you don't go from broke to millionaire, but you go for an intermittent step before you become that millionaire. So that's another purpose. And then the biggest purpose, I think, is that you're kind of creating an alter ego. And it's a funny thing. I don't know if you're watching right now, please let me know. Or if you're watching in the replay, let me know as well. Leave me a comment. Whether you have someone you really admire. It can be somebody close to you, maybe somebody in the office, or a fellow entrepreneur. You go like, gosh, I wish I was in that position already. I think what he or she does is amazing. It can be a famous person, it can be, it doesn't really matter. But let's take, for example, Oprah Winfrey, because she is an inspiration, a source of inspiration for myself. So Oprah Winfrey. Why? Because she hasn't had the most easiest of upbringings at all. And she has overcome that. And she's done some amazing things. And more importantly, I think her message touches so many people, and it's such an amazing thing. So Oprah Winfrey, right? But if I would say I would become the next Oprah Winfrey, then I wouldn't compare myself to the Oprah Winfrey of now, because that would be way, way, way out of reach for me. My own magazine, my own TV shows. Well, I don't even know what she's all got, but she's got loads, right? But what I would then focus on becoming is maybe an early days Oprah, because that's something I can see myself achieving. So that's how you break it down. And I can then start thinking, so what did that Oprah do? Well, she believed in herself. She believed in her dream. She never gave up. She kept going. She kept looking for opportunities. She kept converting problems into opportunities. So those are all traits and behaviors I should already start displaying today. And if you have that complete list of traits and behaviors and habits and what have you, then one of the things you could literally do is visualize yourself already in that position. Now, where I'm sitting right now is where my normal, where I normally sit, where I spend my days behind my desk. So if I would say, well, listen, I'm going the other way. Listen, if I'm sitting right here, this is where I am already the CEO of my life. And by moving into that position, hello, lovely, how are you? I actually start feeling like I already have those traits and I'm already behaving in that way. And you can either visualize or literally step into that position. You can draw a big square on the ground, or you can see yourself stepping into that, I was going to say ring of fire, to boost you up, so to say. And it's really, really great experience, especially when you're not feeling it today and you want to have a boost and you want to boost your confidence and you want to step into the future you. Step into it, and then you will automatically, because you stepped into that new position of the CEO of your life, you will automatically see that you step up. So for example, as a CEO, I sit straight, I speak with a louder voice, I smile because I've made it. There's so many things you can come up with. And by doing it over and over again, before you know it, you go like, you know what? I actually already behave in that way. And that will help you to keep the focus and to actually really achieve your goal way quicker, because you already start feeling like your future you. You already start behaving like your future you. So then you're already like, what is it? 80% there. And that's a great, great feeling. So that's what it's also helpful for. Now, what it will also help you to do is to make better choices. For example, if you are currently in a position where your life is quite chaotic, and I know you are, because that's one of the reasons why you joined this program. So if you're quite, everything is happening, a lot of people ask things of you, and because of habit and because you feel people expect it of you, you're also always the one who pushes away her own goals and helps and set everything aside to jump in and to make sure everything goes smoothly. The question is, would you still do that as the future CEO of your life? Well, I'm pretty sure that you might, but not in all instances. At least not as often as you would do today. So if you find yourself maneuvered in a position like that and you're ready to leap in and to start helping out and to doing it again, ask yourself, hey, listen, if I'm thinking of my alter ego, my future CEO position, would I still do it today? Or could I look for alternatives? And there comes the beauty, that you're actually already thinking like the successful person you want to be, or the relaxed person, or whatever, and you start behaving like it. And maybe you might push back, you might say no, you might say I'll think about it, or you might say, you know what, if I look at my current goals and you asking me to help you out, I would love to, but it kind of, doesn't match. So is there any other way we could solve this together? And by then reinforcing again what it is you want, you make it clear to the others that that's what you're aiming for, that that's what you're working towards to. And you are trying to make them part of the solution, instead of feeling that you always have to solve it all by yourself, because that's really killing. Now I'm going to take a sip of my water, and I just want to know whether this is clear. If it's clear, can you type in clear in the comments, please? Even if you're doing this via replay, I would love to know. If you have any queries also, please let me know. Now, one of the questions I got of one of the clients participating in this program is about, what if you have set for yourself a target, a goal, and you're like, woohoo, this is my next goal, and then all of a sudden your body isn't cooperating. Yep, I know all about it. Basically, if your body isn't cooperating, your body is telling you something. And sometimes we are so busy listening to our mind and what we think we need to and what we think we should and is expected of us, that we don't really listen to what's going on inside of us. And my finger is a great example of that, because when this happened, it's actually, last week it happened. All I felt was like, oh gosh, all I want to do is stay in bed and have like a really, really lazy day. excuse me, but I thought, no, I can't, I have to do blah, 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 blah. And then the rest is history, because I didn't really want to. I wanted to take it slow. I wanted to have a break. But then again, I pushed. Now, maybe I was going to say this is quite innocent, but what I can tell you, it's quite annoying, and it really hinders me. But what I've done today, for example, instead, or in these past few days, instead of pushing through, which is quite easy to do, I listened to my body. So that's one of the reasons why, if you've written me a few emails about your participation in this program, really excited. I've read them all, I promise. I just don't respond, because one of the things I can really do less of is typing and writing. And this time I'm listening to my body, because my body is telling me to take it a bit slower. That's the reason why I changed the setup of this program. And if you experience that yourself as well, my question to you would be, okay, so you came up with something you think you should want to achieve, but your body is telling you something else. What is it? What is it that you really, really want to achieve? And I know sometimes it can be really tough to discover it. Like years ago, I was a high flyer in a corporate environment. And I was really working hard. I was quite ambitious. I was becoming the next female partner, which is like the highest level in that environment. And I was really sure I wanted that. So I kept working, and I got burned out. And of course, I didn't get burned out from day one to the next. There were many signals, many signals, and I ignored them all, because I just kept going until my body told me, you know what? You don't want to be a partner. Hell no, you want to be a coach. Well, that added part I didn't know at all back then. All I knew was deep down, I didn't want to be a partner, but I was afraid to confront that. I was afraid to really dig into it, what I wanted to do. And then your body will interfere. It will tell you, this is actually not the route. And I kept telling you, but you kept ignoring me. So I will do something drastic until you listen, until you will change your direction. So if your body isn't cooperating, there's a message in it for you that you really need to listen to, like I now have done with breaking my finger. Right. Are there any questions? If there are no questions, let me know as well. Okay, I don't believe there are questions. Right, so then what I want to say is that you've now determined what it is you want to focus on. You then have written out how you feel, and feeling is most important when you have achieved that. What habits, what traits, what behaviors you have when you're there. It does help when you really write it down as detailed as possible. So you take some time to really do this. You might print it, you might read it through. Especially the feeling is quite important. And there are quite a few things which you could do to really engrave this into your mind and to help you keep the focus. One of the things is, if you get that clear picture of yourself being the CEO of your life, is there a symbol that pops up in your mind that really expresses that situation there? Today I did this exercise. Actually, I was chatting to a friend, and we came discussing next level and, you know, all that. And my vision, I think a lot of you know already, but my vision is one day a sunny beach somewhere, and I can just picture myself there. And my friend asked me, okay, so if you picture yourself there, is there a symbol that pops up in your mind? And I was like, oh gosh, I need to get a symbol. I didn't, I blocked myself by pushing, I want to see a symbol. And then all of a sudden, I saw this lovely shelf, which I really like. I've got loads of them in my house. And I actually have a bracelet with that same shelf. So I'm going to wear that as a constant reminder, that's what I'm working towards to. That's what I want to feel. That's, you know, it's going to be so amazing. And by just looking at that bracelet, then I will step into my future you. So that's another one to think about. What's the symbol you would like to remember your future CEO position by? Or, and I really love this as well, and it could be or it could be and, what power song do you hear playing or does symbolize for you that position? And today I read somewhere that one person was going to play Rocky. I heard, what other one did I hear? This Girl Is on Fire. And one of my personal favorites is This Is My Life. I know it's, but I really love the lyrics, and I can. No, I'm not going to sing it. Oh gosh, no. So, well, what power song do you have in mind when you think of your future CEO position? So those are all aids to help you to keep the focus, to start already behaving as is, and to keep momentum going towards achieving your goal. So you have your focus, you have your image, and then I'm gonna do a very short and quick module, which is module 3, which is really a crucial model, but it doesn't take so long. So that's why I'm gonna do that on Friday morning, because I know a lot of people are having a day off on Friday. I expect it will be around 10 o'clock in the morning, European time, so 9 a.m. UK time, that I'm going to be live here. And with those last 2 exercises, so the picture and then module 3 to really have the motivation to do it, you will go into the Easter weekend and really, really enjoy yourself. Hopefully you've got some time off of work so that you actually can really work on that image. And then I will be back after Easter. So I'm giving you some time off to really work on this and to really get the image clear. And then after Easter, we're going to step into module 4, which is all about what's stopping you now, what limiting beliefs, why don't you feel it? And that's going to be epic, I promise you. So with that, please keep in mind that if you participate actively by, you know, sending me emails, responding to me on Facebook, what have you, you stand a chance to win a prize. There are day prizes for everyone who participates, and there's one booming prize for the end party where you really, it's going to be the bomb. So yeah, just let me know any queries or anything that's in your mind, and I will gladly address it. Most likely in these videos, because I am listening to what's happening and I'm taking it a bit slower. Have a lovely day and hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.